Yoga Nidra is a practice and it is a state. And the practice is one that is deeply restorative as you learn how to access relaxation while awake. Yet it's also a very specific state. We are navigating ourselves into the razor edge between alpha and theta brainwaves. And in that brainwave state, we have the ability to see ourselves more clearly. We are able to develop the seat of the witness as we observe our reactions without reacting to our reactions. And it's in that willingness to notice and to feel and to remain present that we build up a robust amount of energy. And one of the results of this practice is that throughout your day, you're going to find that the space between your impulsive reaction and the deliberate chosen response becomes more vast. So we're human, we're animalistic. You're going to have reactions. But your power is in noticing the reaction and then pausing. And maybe even responding to that reaction with, oh, isn't that interesting? Or what does that feel like? So we're really getting to know the architecture and the depth of our mind and our body without just playing out the same karmic cycles that we often do in our waking state. So as we move into the Yoga Nidra practice, if you're new to the practice especially, it can feel quite odd. It's not potentially a familiar state where your physical body falls asleep, yet your awareness stays alert and connected to my voice. And so you might find throughout this journey that you might have moments where you feel like you just woke up, but you also don't feel like you actually fell asleep. That's the Yoga Nidra state, and we want to expand that space. And how we expand it is just by being willing to be still and to be a beginner over and over and over again. So thank you for joining me today. My name is Maren McHugh, if we haven't officially met. And I would love to start today's practice with a very, I think, fun somatic practice where we will emulate the movement of blood through the heart. So the way, it's quite complex when it comes to the movement of the valves opening and closing to ensure that the blood continues moving in one direction. But basically, the way it works is if you first feel into the center line of your body, there are two large arteries. The superior vena cava is at the top and the inferior vena cava from the bottom. So that oxygen poor blood moves through the center line into the top right atrium of the heart. And then it moves down into the ventricle, which is the second chamber right below the top. It then moves out through the pulmonary artery away into the lungs, and then it becomes oxygen rich and it moves back into the heart, into the left atrium. And then we move down into the left ventricle. And from there, it moves up into the aorta arch, which then separates to move up and down to send that oxygen-rich blood through the body. So I'll talk through this a few times, and I invite you all, whether you're seated or laying down, to move your body as if you're following the rhythm of that blood. And that could be really subtle movement, or you might even be stretching your arms out, expanding as if your lungs are outside your body, so it doesn't have to be centralized right in the heart. So the heart is on the left side of your sternum. Okay, so again, oxygen poor blood moves from above and below, and it moves through the center line into the top right atrium, down into the right ventricle, out into the lungs. It receives the oxygen, it releases carbon dioxide, and it moves back in to the top left atrium, down into the bottom left ventricle. It comes back up through the aorta valve, the aorta arch, and then it stretches out above and below to send all of that oxygen-rich blood through your body. So again, from above and below, we move into the top right atrium, down into the right ventricle, out into the lungs, from the lungs back into the top left atrium, down into the left ventricle, up through the aorta valve, through the arch, and then spreads throughout your entire body. So allow that movement to guide some somatic, soothing movement through your body. Three more breaths. At the bottom of your next exhale, bring yourself into stillness and just pause to feel. Within your next couple of breaths, begin your journey to your back and rest into your Shavasana. And as you settle into your Shavasana, take your time. Utilize the props you have around you so that anything that doesn't need to be held by you can be held by a prop. It generally feels really good to have a little bit of a lift for the back of your head on a pillow or two so that your ribs can settle down to the floor. And can your shoulders rest with ease? Or do they need a little bit of a lift from a pillow or blanket? Can you allow your arms to rest by your sides with your palms facing up? And perhaps it would feel good to place a pillow or blanket beneath your elbows or hands. move your awareness in to meet your breath and allow your slow, patient, spacious breath to inform you of any other adjustments or edits you might need. You feel the length of your spine from the top of your head all the way down to your tailbone. And your legs are stretched out. Your feet are hip distance or wider. Your toes flop, whatever direction they want to flop. What would it take to let go a little more? Can you hear your breath? What other sounds are arising in your space? Just notice them, how they arise and they fall away. How you can zoom in on a sound. And how you can zoom out and just hold space as sound comes and goes. What does your breath feel like moving through your nostrils? You feel the tiny hairs vibrating. And the intelligent and intricate muscular sensations of expansion and contraction. And lick your lips and swallow. And notice any lingering tastes, the texture, temperature, the space within your mouth. Scan the outer form of your body and notice the various sensations where your body is touching props, the floor, the temperature and sensation of clothing and bare skin. And sink in beneath the skin layer to notice the most obvious and the most subtle sensations within you. Stay embodied, feeling your physical body as you guide your awareness to gaze at the backs of your eyelids. With your steady, rhythmic breath, just notice what you see at the backs of your eyelids. The light, the shadow. The movement. And from the backs of your eyelids, take a few steps back and land at the geographical center of your brain. You feel your breath expanding and contracting. Now it's time to listen for our Sankalpa. And Sankalpa is an intuitive message from your highest self. And because it is intuitive, it takes time and patience and softness to receive the message. If you're already working with a Sankalpa, you can just allow it to come to the surface now. And if you're still figuring out what it is or what yours is, a great place to start is to first just consider the negative patterns that show up in your life, whether it's what you say or how you feel, or cycles in relationships that seem to go through the same journey that doesn't feel great. And when we become aware of these negative patterns, or where we feel heavy or disconnected, we're starting to get access to some deep wounds that have created limiting beliefs with the intention to protect us. So it's like a thorn has been lodged into your side, and because it's so uncomfortable, we learn to avoid that area and put bubble wrap around it and compensate so that we don't have to feel that discomfort. And then we create stories about what it means and what we can expect. And these become rigid limitations in our ability to show up and to expand. And so the invitation is to allow your awareness to settle into your wise heart. And ask your heart to finish this question. I am a potent and medicinal I am statement. And if nothing has arisen for you, then be willing to just say I am and hold space and trust for this process. Repeat your Sankalpa 3 times and then feel it as it echoes as sensation through your body. The practice of Yoga Nidra begins now. We will begin with the rotation of consciousness in your still body allow your awareness to travel through to feel. And your invitation here is to spend several seconds in each area I move you through, so that you notice what first arises, and then patiently continue to hold space and see what else is there. We begin this journey on the right side of your body. Guide your awareness to land in your right hand. Feel in your right hand. Not the concept or idea of your right hand. In. Feel it. Where is it? What does it feel like? No need to make it mean anything. Just be willing to feel. Right hand. And now your whole right arm. Patiently guide your awareness to infuse, inhabit your right arm. Just feel. No stories. No meaning. Just feel. And now move in to meet the top right quadrant of your torso, your chest to the bottom of your ribs. Feeling into that space and moving in deep, going around your side, across your armpit. Moving in, meeting your shoulder blade, the right side of your upper back. Keep feeling. Notice more. Breathe in a way that invites presence. Now allow your awareness to drop down to the bottom right quadrant of your torso. From the center of your belly to the top of your right pelvis, around your waist, through your guts to the backside of your right lower back. What does it take to feel and explore the right lower quadrant of your torso? Now down a little more into the right side of your pelvis, meeting the skeletal structure of the right side of the pelvis, the right pubis bone, all the way to your right hip, and the flesh that holds it, protects it. Whatever you feel is valid. Just be willing to hold it, feel it. And remind yourself it's okay if it's hard, if this is difficult. Just keep trusting and feeling. And now move into your whole right leg to your ankle. Noticing what you feel first. Appreciate and acknowledge it and continue holding space to see what else is there. What does your right leg feel like? And now guide your awareness into your right foot. And you feel that flow as your right foot illuminates with your awareness. Patiently holding space as more and more of your right foot is felt. And now allow your awareness to expand to now feel the entire right side of your body. Whole right side lit up. And as you feel the right side of your body, notice that line of energy that connects all the way up to the left hemisphere of your brain. Left hemisphere of your brain and right side of your body. And now slowly shift as you guide your awareness to move into the left side of your body, distilling down as it all gathers into your left hand. Feel in your left hand. Now your whole left arm. And the left upper quadrant of your torso, the chest, side, and back. Take your time, strengthening your interoceptive abilities as you simply feel in your body. You feel your heart beating on this left upper quadrant. Continue to flow down to now inhabit the left lower quadrant of your torso. Taking your time. Noticing and feeling more and more. Now into the left side of your pelvis. everything around the left side of your pelvis. Your whole left leg to your ankle. Patiently hold space as your left leg illuminates more and more. And now all of your awareness flows into your left foot. What does your left foot feel like? Now allow your awareness to travel back up as you expand to feel the entire left side of your body. Whole left side. And feel for that pathway from left side to the right hemisphere of your brain. Now feel into the space within your skull, your whole brain, in the buoyancy of the fluid, protection of the skull. Feel your eye sockets soften as your eyeballs rest soundly. From the inside out, feel into the structure of your nose. From the inside out, move into your ears and the outer form of your ears. And from the inside out, travel into your mouth, noticing your teeth and gums, cheeks and lips. Now feel your whole face and head. And now expand to feel your whole body. Whole body. Whole body being breathed. Whole body being breathed. Notice what the expansion feels like with each inhale. Be curious and in the contraction of your exhale. And as if you want the inhale and exhale to last a little longer, to feel a little more, breathe in a way that gives you that spaciousness and presence. to notice more, to feel more. Now guide your awareness to the backs of your eyelids. And imagine that you are on a kayak in the ocean, not far from shore. A quiet and serene environment. Surrounded by the elements, connected deeply to your breath and being. And as you look towards shore, you see a giant cliff face, and at the bottom, at the level of the ocean, you see a cave. So you begin to paddle and journey towards the cave. A peaceful and rhythmic journey that is aligned with your breath. And as you get closer and closer to this cave, you notice that the waves at the cave are chaotic, as if the waves are coming in from all directions and clashing. And as you pause to just watch, you recognize that there's no rhythm or pattern in these waves. They are just chaotically colliding. And as you connect deep to your heart and breath and tune in to your calm, steady, rhythmic breathing, you feel an energetic connection to the waves, and they begin to entrain and follow the rhythm of your breath. It's okay to take your time here. The more connected you are to your calm, rhythmic breath, the more these waves begin to smooth and connect to your rhythm. From this strong connection to your breath, you begin to move closer to the entrance of the cave. A complete sense of safety as you are connected to your breath. And when you're ready, you cross the threshold into the cave. And what once appeared as pure black from the outside in now begins to shimmer. A crystalline glimmer all around you. And as you sit in this buoyancy, surrounded by the glimmer and shimmer of this cave, you start to feel your heart. And you ask, what am I ready to let go of? Knowing the answer will arise when it's ready. And all you need to do is ask the question, what am I ready to let go of? Listen generously with your whole body. Feel what arises. And without attachment, just hold it, notice it, and see if anything else arises. And now let it go. And notice how it releases. Is it like old skin you shed? Or like a shower, rinsing off dirt? Or perhaps there's a certain area of your body that feels an energetic release. Just be willing to feel. And now imagine that you just woke up and it's tomorrow morning. This was all a delicious dream. And as you visualize yourself waking up tomorrow morning, you feel yourself full of gratitude. And as you allow yourself to feel this abundance of gratitude, waking up from this gorgeous dream, take a moment as this future version of you and finish this sentence. I am. Now repeat your Sankalpa 3 times. And then steep in what it feels like. practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat. From the inside out, deepen your breath and invite movement in that feels soothing and awakening. Notice the sounds in your space as you move. The sensation of your breath and any aromas that come in with your inhale. You can lick your lips and swallow. And when you're ready, open your eyes and gaze around your space to support your groundedness in this moment. And when you're ready, you can roll onto your side and take a few breaths there before bringing yourself back up to seated. And once you find your seat, bring your hands to heart center. And from the inside out, bring a smile onto your face. Feel your whole body smiling. From the bottom of my heart to yours, namaste.